had a bloody nightmare.
Oh, no.
Bloody night. We won the championship. As I'm walking off the court to go back into the locker room, Shaq tells me, grab me some champagne bottles because he had to do an interview after we just won the championship. Mm-hmm. So I grabbed 2 champagne bottles and I'm holding it. And I'm waiting for Shaq to come into the locker room. He comes in, they start spraying him, just big, giant celebration.
Yeah.
And, and I'm standing like in front of him as he beeline straight into, and I hand him the bottle, both bottles. And he picks both bottles up in the air and he's getting sprayed more. Sprayed so much that he dropped the bottle. And guess who was standing right underneath him?
Oh, no. Well, he's probably higher than the ceiling.
Now, I'm 5'9". He's 7'2". But when he raises his hand, how far up is that
like
bottle?
8 feet.
It's a different atmosphere up there.
Oh, no.
And that bottle came down, beeline right here.
Story.
It beelined right here to my eye. And it was just one of those things where it hit me and I went black.
Ugh.
And then it just it's one of those moments where I went like this.
Uh-huh.
And then I fell to the ground. I went to the ground because, it's kind of like, what just happened to me?
Yeah.
And I did one of these numbers.
And look. Oh.
And it just shot out of the blood just shooting out of my eye.
Did he feel so bad?
He didn't even know he did it.
Oh, no.
So I put my hand back on my eyeball like this, like, oh my God. And I don't know what happened. Now you got to keep in mind, if I'm on the ground and everybody is celebrating around me, nobody sees me.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody sees me bleeding profusely down on the ground like this. Somebody saw it and grabbed my shirt and pulled me out of the
So you didn't
melee.
get trampled or something,
Out of the melee that was going on. And I'm like this, and they're pulling me to the side, and they pull me inside the training room at the time. And Gary Vity's the trainer, and he's like, "What the fuck just happened to you?"
Yeah.
And
I partied too hard.
And he's like, "You're ruining my damn night and my celebration." And then I'm laid out on this table, and I'm supposed to be celebrating with the team, and I'm freaking bleeding profusely.
Oh my
They couldn't stop the bleeding because I guess when you get cut up here, it's one of those things that's hard to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop the bleeding. We're in Philadelphia locker room. We don't have all our products.
Oh, yeah.
So Gary is forced to, put pressure until they get a doctor from Philadelphia to come on over, look at my eye. They finally look at it. They're like, well, we have 2 options.
Yeah.
Option 1, we don't have stitches here. We would have to take them to the hospital to get stitches. Or option 2, we have this new glue stuff. Well, back in 2001, glue is popular now. They fixed it now. They
use it a lot, yeah.
They use it a lot now. But back then, they didn't use it a lot. So we have this glue stuff. We could try to glue it. Well, nobody wanted to go to fucking hospital with me after we just won a championship.
Right.
You're on your own.
Yeah. So Gary's like, use that glue shit. And it went from bad to worse because he's never used it before. And they put too much glue in it, ran down my eye.
His eye was glued shut.
Exactly. My eye was glued shut. Oh. And they had to call another doctor over. And then they had to cut my eyelashes.
That's like a bad dream. It's like you're in a celebration where Shaq raises the champagne bottle and everybody's partying, having a good time. I see confetti and camera people everywhere. And there's Kid J at the bottom, and nobody's noticing the poor guy with blood squirting out of his. That's got to be.
And I had a black eye.
Yeah.
That
bottle is heavy.
It turned completely black and blue. I had a knot right there.
Did Shaq find out later?
He did. He walked in. He walked in while both of my eyes were closed because there was a doctor, and he said, "What happened to him?" And I just pointed.
You did it.
And he's like, "I did that." I was like, "Yeah, you dropped the bottle on me." He's like, "My bad, my bad." To make matters worse, I had insult to injury. That night, I obviously had a splitting headache, so to say. The next day, we were on a flight. I was on the flight with, I wasn't on the team flight. Mm-hmm. I was on the flight with all the media and all the families.
Okay.
I just happened to be sitting right next to Plaschke. Have you heard that name? Mm-hmm. He is the head writer for the LA Times.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I happened to be sitting next to him, and he was just in my ear.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
Yeah.
Who did that to you? And I'm like, just don't fucking talk to me for the next 5 hours.
Talking.
Please. Please.